We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Arizona Cardinals. So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here I come again. Here I come over. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
On second and 9, Jackson. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
And the Dolphin first down.
Ballage. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. They'll try the left side. Dobbins.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's first and 10 at the 42-yard line. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Now a short one to Gesicki. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Give him a couple on the carry there, second and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
Throwing on second and 8. Jackson. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's third and short. On third down, Dobbins, boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd and 2, Murray. And he hits Drake. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Drake. Darren Lee there to get him down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Switch. Check the hustle.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll try the left side. Dobbins stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs can open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Here's Jackson. That's taken in by Callaway. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
On third down, Jackson. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away.
And this is caught at the 20. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A big-time play there by the Cardinals. 44 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
It's complete to Drake. Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. So
now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now it's Jackson. Open man is Kroon, the tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more. Jackson now to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football. Gets it away, and I don't think Peterson will get a chance to touch this one. Angling for the sideline. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10. I think it is. At the 6-yard line. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it? Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air. Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. 23 yards on the play. Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Check 25.
On first down, Drake. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On 2nd and 7, Murray got this complete to the rookie out of UMass, Andy Isabella. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
I got you, punk. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. It's free. It's free. 58's the money. 58's the money.
1st down, Murray. This one caught by Isabella. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. They'll run to Drake, and they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here.
Check 31, check 31. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Watch the edge.
They'll run. It's Drake. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella there to make the grab. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And he's got this one complete to Callaway. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Here's Matt Hawk now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now it's Peterson. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the 1st half.
We'll see if they do just that. From the 29, Murray has got it to Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 10, 1st down, Arizona.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Lucky. He's checking. Crash. Watch the shift.
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Switch.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Murray now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Murray. And this one's incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one. and none of them being done very confidently.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. Andy Isabella was the intended target. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. Now he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Murray now. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
He's coming, double up. Watch safety creep, watch safety creeping. That's it. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. 58, boys, 58. 58 is Mike. All day, just like that. Just like that.
Now Murray off play action. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Darren Lee coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
That ball complete to Isabella. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league,
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tanner Vallejo leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out, you see, and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
43's the mic. 43's the mic. I'm coming.
Jackson That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Now Balaj. And an alley to run. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They'll run here with Balaj. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
A gain of 12. And the Dolphins first down.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. Jackson now. Green brings it in. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That's got to be a long day. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. That's complete, right around the 8. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. It just wasn't anywhere to go on.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. From 6 yards away, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, it's a foot race. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Jackson from the shotgun. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Matt Judon able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Back. 43.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A big play there for the Dolphins. 46 yards. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And that's complete. It's Green here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Jackson on first down. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack, but he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now an open man, that's the tight end Gesicki. It's complete. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Jackson looking to throw on third. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Watch tight end. We got 3.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Crunch. He's coming. We got double up.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. On third down, Drake. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And now hang on here. The door, can you hear it? It's a little open.
Is that the squeaky hinges that I'm hearing right now? Yeah, the door.
Is that too high pitched?
No, not at all. The door is open a little bit. It's almost like when you told those horror stories on the camping trip, right? And now, look out.
Yeah.
We've got a little bit different look on the game at this point.
Big momentum swing. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Jordan Hicks in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
To try again after the sack. Jackson, the attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Throwing now is Jackson. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. That's taken in by Callaway. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Jackson to throw. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. One last shot for Jackson. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now